As atrocious as this may sound to everybody, and you're right, it is, it still doesn't surprise me. It is just normal practice for the system. Ever since slavery was abolished, there have been several strategic applications put in place to try to undermine or sabotage any kind of successful progression that could be had for us. Housing projects or getting our people dependent upon the system by way of welfare and food stamps. Like all of this stuff, all of it all goes into how to sabotage a generation.
I lost years for nothing.
Cash bail ends up putting legally innocent people in cages.
Judges set bails for black defendants almost $10,000 higher than for white defendants. It is just normal practice for the system. It's just another way. It's just another way for the person who is in the authoritative position to stack the deck against you to kind of continue to move the goal line and to see to it that they remain in that authoritative position. You have to afford to be able to defend yourself in the court of law anyhow, because on top of bail, you then have to be able to afford an attorney. They say that if you can't afford one will be appointed to you, but I do know that it ain't always about innocence and guilt when you step into the courtroom. It's about who can paint the best picture, who can make this jury believe the innocence or guilt of someone. And usually, the people who are the best at it, they charge the most for it.
Children suffer from lead poisoning.
The federal government is using people's tax dollars to poison our children and community.
I think we've always lived in poisonous environments, but I think there's now more than ever less attention, less resources, and less support in our underserved communities. Flint is a tragedy, you know. Baltimore is an atrocity. I think that all of this goes back to the power of the vote, because the people who are in position are obviously misusing the resources, or, you know, the resources aren't being distributed appropriately from some form of government. And I think that all comes from voting. It all boils back down to voting. Who are you putting in position to represent you, your concerns, your needs, and the needs of the community?
We got to go to the polls and vote like we never voted before.
Growing allegations of voter suppression.
Are you removing black voters just to win this election?
I'm out here fighting for voting rights in 2018.
My right to vote means to me that I am a part of the political process and I have a say over who is elected and appointed to an office to lobby for laws or to pass laws that will affect my life and the lives of people in my community. I think that is the cornerstone of democracy, you know, the right to vote. I think participating in the political process is especially important. We haven't appointed people that will attend to our concerns and address the things that we feel are important. I think it's time out for that. We have to become aware because, you know, our acting or not acting, you know, it's affecting the lives of our children. And the next generation they're looking at us. I think one of the most critical ways that the black vote is suppressed is by mass imprisonment. I think it's a multi-layered approach, you know, by targeting our young black males and the black man and the black families, just people of color in general, targeting them and striking them with felonies at an early age, sending them to prison, offering them substandard educations, and tricking some of them into believing that after they get out of prison and after they've served their debt to society, that they cannot vote even still.
Why is it okay for you to use your fear as an excuse for murder?
So if racism is the gunpowder, then stand your ground is the match.
White people can always say that they fear for their lives if they are antagonizing a black person and that black person stands up and defends himself. Then when that black person is defending himself, it's always ace in the hole. I can shoot you now and say I was scared for my life, even though I came over here f***ing with you in the first place. I'm extremely concerned and I mean, I'm apprehensive, however, I refuse to live in fear. What we could do is refuse to sit back and do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the main thing. When enough of us get together and begin to put our minds toward evening the playing field, however we are able to do that, as long as we're beginning to think about it, talk about it, act on it. The sooner we start to do that, the sooner we arrive to a conclusion that could be permanently beneficial to society.
Every day we wake up, black folks should be fighting for the freedom of black people.
We become remarkable when we fight for justice.
I'm past pissed off. I'm in action mode right now.
I mean, I think that's the cornerstone of the movement. I think the people who are boots on the ground, man, the activists who are day-to-day with it, that's how the machine continues to function and move forward. Without those organizers, the movement would cease to exist. But the sooner you start standing up for what's right, the easier it becomes. This is America.